Hey guys, it's Lady Turo here, and welcome back to my Queendom of Random. If you couldn't tell, we're doing something different today. So, I have been playing like a lot of Mario Galaxy, as this slide says here, so let's rank the boss fights in this game. The ranking is going to be based on great creativity, how memorable the boss fight is, and as it's saying there, some of the rankings are based off of my nostalgia. I grew up with the game, and it has a special place in my heart. It was the first Mario game I ever beat. Okay, no, that's a lie. It's the first single-player Mario game I ever beat. So yeah, it has a special place in my heart, so yeah, I tried to be as fair as possible, but a couple of these are probably nostalgia. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I put like, I think probably about like almost a week worth of research and effort into making this and typing up notes and outline, which I never do. I never do outlines, so this is a lot. This means I really care. So let's get on with it. At number 15, the Mandibug stack from Honey Hive Galaxy. It's this, whatever this was, as in the most boring, lame, forgettable boss fight out there. Also, a very easy boss fight, as my friend described. She didn't even realize it was a boss fight. It's just over so quickly. Yeah. There's nothing special about this. I never really considered it a boss fight, but according to the Mario Wiki, it is considered a boss fight. So, yeah, it's at the bottom of the list. It's just so easy, and it's not memorable in any way. I literally forgot about it. Like, every time I play through this game, I get to the second star in Honey Hive Galaxy, and I'm like, wait, what is this? What is this star? And then I get to the windmill, and I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, it's very forgettable. Number 14. Yeah, this mole dude, the Undergrunt Gunner. Never knew there was a name to this dude, but apparently there you go. They appeared 3 times in Toy Time, Gold Leaf, and Deep Dark Galaxies. Despite showing up 3 times in the entire game, he's still very forgettable. Yeah, that's all I had to say about it. That's all it says in my notes. And I agree with past me. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Don't remember this guy at all. I will say, I do enjoy his boss fight in the Gold Leaf Galaxy, which is where this picture comes from, yeah. Yeah, I hate the one in Toy Time is awful, because you have to use Spring Mario. And I don't remember Deep Dark Galaxy, so. Number 13, Fiery Dino Piranha from Multi Molten Galaxy. I'll be honest, I've probably only played this boss fight only a few times. Probably like 2, maybe 3 times. But considering how much I've replayed this game, yeah, that's not very much. Because I remember on my original Wii, I have a different Wii now, but on my original Wii, I almost never came around to this boss fight. I had like probably like 5 profiles, and only 2 of them I played all the way through. Maybe 3, maybe close to 3. So yeah, I never came across him that much, and so yeah. It's definitely more difficult than the original boss fight. The original boss fight is kind of a joke, but it's a reskinned boss. Nintendo, I see you. Stop it. It's not unique in any way. Definitely more difficult, but not unique in any way. Number 12, Baron Burr from Freeze Flame Galaxy, which is one of my favorite galaxies. That's my favorite galaxy in the bedroom. Bedroom dome. Clarifying that. Yeah, also, fun fact. My friend and I thought the Burr was spelled with 2 R's, but the internet was like saying 3 R's, and I'm like, BS. The internet's probably wrong. It's probably the Mandela effect or something. So I actually pulled up Super Mario 3D All Stars on my Switch and checked the title of the star It's 3 R's. No, it wasn't a Mandela effect. We're just stupid. Anyway. This boss is okay. I don't like playing all how you get. Once you get to the boss fight, it is not that bad. But how you get to the boss with the Ice Mario, it's not easy, especially if you suck at jumps like I do. Yeah, like 14-year-old me almost raids quit several times just to beat this guy because I couldn't get up there. But all around, once you get to the boss fight, it's a pretty good boss. I like it. I don't hate it. I don't hate most of these boss fights on here, except for maybe the Underground Gunner and the Mandy Bug stack, but that's about it. Number 11, Camellas, Space Junk in Deep Dark Galaxies. First off, it is so satisfying to not have a background with this picture. Anyway, and here's a fun fact. C is a reference to Kammy Koopa from Paper Mario. So yeah, really cool reference. And I really like the boss fight. I look forward to it every time I play through. I will say I thought this when I was ranking these. I thought C'd be higher on the list, but C's not. But you know what? Like I said, I don't hate all but 2 of these bosses. So I do like how they brought her back. That was fun. And let me tell you, I'm pretty sure like the second time she appears in Deep Dark Galaxy, you actually have to do a Daredevil comment with her. Oh man, that is stressful. Very stressful. Number 10, Major Burrows from the infamous Gusty Gardens Galaxy, which its theme song is remixed by Nintendo 1 bajillion times since this game came out. This is another instance of I thought this boss fight was going to be lower on the list because it frustrates me, this boss, especially the Daredevil comment. But I played through Mario Galaxy recently on my Wii and on my Switch, and okay, I'll cut this boss a little bit of slack. It's not that bad, actually. Yeah, not much to say on that. It is an interesting boss fight. Number 9, Bowser Jr. from the Kitchen Dome. I don't remember the name of the Grand Star level, which I wish I put on here, but whatever. It was the boss fight in the Kitchen Dome, I believe. Yeah, because I thought this boss fight was later in the game, but nope, it's in the 3rd dome. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was like in the engine room, but apparently not. Yeah. I remember his boss fight in Mario Galaxy distinctly because my little 6-year-old nephew, it was one of his first Galaxies he played was this boss fight, which not the best one. To be fair, he chose it himself, but it was not the best one to start him out with. I ended up taking him to Good A Galaxy and let him play in Good A Galaxy afterwards. I finished the Bowser Jr. level and took him to Good A Galaxy. But anyway, it is very stressful, and oh my god, I am so thankful for the power shroom giving me 3 extra hits. But it's a good boss fight. It's a really good boss fight, especially for Bowser Jr. Yeah, it's pretty good, especially since I've been playing Mario Galaxy 2 and I played against this giant robot thing, and oh my god. It is, yeah, Bowser Jr. has some pretty good boss fights, so this one's definitely one of them. Number 8, Dino Piranha from Good A Galaxy. The first boss you ever fight. this guy. Honestly, I'm probably giving him a little too much credit, but you know what? I don't care. Excuse me while I turn on the music. But yeah, it's the first boss fight, and he's kind of a joke, especially when you play through the game a lot. But I'm not gonna hate on him. It's fun to go back and see like how fast you can beat this boss, because sometimes you're just a badass and you destroy this guy, or you're just stupid and you get hit twice and almost die on this boss. Not speaking from experience. What are you talking about? Yeah. Oh, I hate this boss fight. I'm shocked he made it into the top 10, so good for him. Definitely like him more than his fiery counterpart. Number 7, Mega Leg from Bowser Jr.'s Robot Reactor. For the first big boss fight, I really like it. It's really cool, and the robot itself is actually based off of one of those little sniffit. Is it sniffit? Yeah, sniffit enemy. So that's cool. And the robot itself, when you go into the game, oh my god, it is so cool. And I also love just like backflipping, long jumping, was it triple jumping up the leg and to its head. It's really fun. He's a really fun boss fight. Really easy big boss fight, but cool boss fight. Number 6, Bugaboom. I used to hate this boss so much. Every time I play Honey Hive Galaxy, I would dread this boss, and I'm like, oh god. But after a recent playthrough through Mario Galaxy and playing Mario Galaxy 2 and playing him again there, it's not as bad as I remember from my childhood. 14-year-old me struggled. I will say this. The boss fight in Mario Galaxy 2, this boss fight, is much easier. Let me tell you, it is much easier to use the cloud suit and sit on top of a cloud than it is trying to stick to a tree or hang out by a flower in a Bee Mario power-up. I much prefer it in Mario Galaxy 2. Number 5, Tarantox. Dang it, I was supposed to practice saying it, but I didn't. Anyway, basically, the spider from the giant spider from the Space Junk Galaxy. This boss fight is really cool, and one of the few boss fights that gave me trouble when I first played through this game. But it is a really cool boss fight. I never forget the boss fight. I just forget what galaxy he's in. I always mix up which galaxy he's in. It's either I always think it's like Battle Rock Galaxy, but it's Space Junk, and I'm like, oh crap. But yeah, it's a really cool boss fight, and I wish this boss would have came back in Mario Galaxy 2. It's a real shame, because this is an interesting boss fight. Number 4, Top Maniac from the Battle Rock and Dreadnought Galaxies. I hope I spelled Dreadnought right. This boss fight is really cool. Yeah. And one of the more fun Daredevil comments, I will give it that. Like, I struggled with this when I came back to it recently, and I was like, I never struggled with this Daredevil comment. What? And I also think the design of this guy is really cool. But yeah, I really like this boss fight. He is the only reason why I like Battle Rock Galaxy. And despite how high he made it onto the list, it makes me sad that they... Actually, no, it doesn't make me sad that they used him twice. That makes him even cooler, because they thought he was cool enough that you had to rematch him. Yes. Number 3, King Finn from the Bone Fin Galaxy. Not gonna lie, when I was looking for pictures, looking up Kingfin was absolutely terrifying because I have a mild fear of sharks, and a lot of the pictures that came up on Google Images for Kingfin were just close-ups on his freaking face. It was scaring the crap out of me. I got lucky and found this one that had his full body and not his face shoved into the camera. So, but yeah, probably the only reason why I like this boss so much is how you defeat it. Like it is a really fun boss fight just to like just fight. It's really fun, especially when you get that red cell and it's homing. You're just like, yes, yes. Number 2, King Caliente from Good A Galaxy, and I think I think it's the second. No, it's the third. It's the third time you go up against Bowser Jr. I don't know why this boss has stuck with me over the years, but I know why I like it so much. I like how it's like King Finn. I just like how you beat this guy. It's a little ridiculous because you have to hit him in the face with coconuts, but it is so satisfying to shake the Wiimote or flick the trigger or flick the Joy-Con to make Mario spin and hit the coconut back in his face. It's so satisfying. Number 1, Boulder Geist from the Ghostly Galaxy. What I have in my notes here is the perfect explanation why I like this boss so much. I love everything about this boss fight, the atmosphere, the music, the look of the boss itself, how you defeat the boss. Everything about it is awesome. I couldn't say more. Except for the fact that I hate doing the spooky sprint before getting to this boss. Like, I am determined, like, I want to fight this boss. Like, nothing will stop me from fighting this boss. I hate the spooky sprint. It's one of my least favorite stars solely because I have to beat it to get to this boss fight. Anyway, he is also, because he's number 1, one of my favorite Daredevil comments. Yeah, I used to struggle in the past, but just played it recently. Bam, bam, bam. I kicked this boss's ass. I made it my bits. For lack of a better term. I love this boss fight. I never, like, and again, I never known why, but yeah. I think it's like King Caliente and King Finn. I just like how you defeat the boss, like swinging around that black boo's tongue and smacking him with it. It's so satisfying. I remember that despite how much trouble it gave me in the past, I still loved coming back to this boss fight. And playing it again? Yeah, I still love this boss. It's the fastest Daredevil comment I ever beat. Probably because I love the boss so much. Bowser didn't get on the ranking because it's Bowser. He's the main villain of the game. It wouldn't be fair to rank him in there, especially since he probably would have ended up in like the middle. So I just thought I'd just talk about him separately. And once again, like with Boulder Geist, I think my notes I have here describes my feelings about him perfectly. Bowser in this game is great. The fights, although simple, are really fun. It may be a bit repetitive, but it's a Mario game. The fact that you're fighting Bowser is repetitive in itself. But the final boss fight, it's epic. It really gives you the feeling, like on your way there, it really gives you the feeling of being in outer space. It still gives me trouble to this day. But I have so much fun playing the game. I don't even freaking care. Like, Bowser, you can make me struggle all you want. I love this game, and I love this final boss fight. I just love how you go on different little planets and stuff, and like defeat him in different ways, and then the final planet you're on is how you've been fighting him. Is how you've been fighting him this entire game. It's just yes. And let me say, it is so satisfying to get that final hit on Bowser. You know what I'm talking about. That moment when like it jumps into a cutscene, you just like see like bam, 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 and he's defeated. No matter how many times I play it, it's the best feeling ever when I take down Bowser. It's one of the best final boss fights, or at least, yeah, in the Mario series, it's one of the best final boss fights. I have yet to play the final boss in Mario Galaxy 2, but I've heard it's pretty cool and the music is great. Now, while I have a moment, I'm going to do a separate video for this, but I'm just going to put this in here. Music in this game, 10 out of 10. I freaking love it. When I got Super Mario 3D All-Stars, I was ecstatic. I was so excited to see that with the game, you didn't just get Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. Like all three full games. You got their soundtracks. I am sad, I do wish you could download those soundtracks, but even just having it on my Switch is great. Because like when I'm like recording a video, or when I'm like doing trying to do something, like get something done, like to help me focus, I just turn on this music. Like when I'm cooking, like YouTube videos, like I said, it is the perfect music to listen to for like just in the background, because I love the orchestrated music of this game. It is god tier. Like I've had my mom and my sister, who don't really care about video games. Fair enough. They don't really care about video games. I've had them listen to the music from here, and I'm just like, "You think this music is good?" They're like, "Yeah," and I tell them where it came from. They're like, "Really? If you can get that kind of reaction from your music, that means you're doing something right." Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video as well as subscribe and hit that bell. It really helps me out. And if you played Mario Galaxy, what did you think about my ranking? How would you rank the bosses yourself? Comment your thoughts down below. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video.